I'm just looking at a piece of tape. I'm just like, we have got to make this toy the specialist thing that's ever happened or I'm done for. Tape. When I'm leaving the office after one of the many times that Don once slaps me across the face, I'm leaving the office to go and the doors are closing. The doors are closing on me. And at one point in time, I said, and I will do this thing. And the door, and it stops. And I'm like, guys, with the door, can we get the, okay. And then the door goes, and just getting to ad-lib lines there was great. And then the other thing that was fun is that little Madelen Mills and I, my last day of shooting, we were shooting the scene where I'm trying to pump her for information to figure out where her grandfather is and what he's making in the thing. And we made up our own little song. And I just kept on walking around with my top hat going, creepy guy in big old coat. Ooh, a creepy guy with a fancy hat. And then she would, and then I would sit down next to her and I said, little girl's got the creepy guy's number. And we just kept on singing. We kept on singing the narration of what the scene was, so it's like, so the song's called Creepy Guy in a Fancy Coat. You can get it right now. There's MP3s. You just go to iTunes. Just go. That's not right there.
When I arrived, Mr. Keegan-Michael Key was there not filming, but singing his song in the movie. And so I don't even know how this happened, but somehow we just got into a dance battle and I was just dancing it all up and he was like trying to outdance me. And then I dropped into a split and then he tried to drop into a split and then he got stuck and his wife was like trying to stop him because apparently it wasn't going to end well. So that was probably one of my favorite memories.
My funniest was at the end of the days, I would go into hang with Forrest every have a long day, and we would pop a bottle of pink champagne. That was my favorite end of the day that we would have. But really, for me, it's just a camaraderie. Someone that I've been a fan of all of my adult life and his work, and seeing him and just having an opportunity to have that much time with him to learn from him, to kind of grow as an artist, as a director, really was the best thing. Every day he would come in and say, because we were shooting in London, he would come in and say, hey, good morning, governor. So that was just, it was just still pinching myself about the experience.
I haven't worked on a set where there's so much joy and stuff, and I think it came from David. It was like such a joy every day you go into work and you feel like you're doing something magical and special and everybody's doing it together. And honestly, in my career, I think it's one of the most beautiful experiences in that way I've ever had. It's about an inventor who's lost his belief in inventions in life and love, and his granddaughter comes into his life again to make him believe again in family, make him believe in magic, and make him believe in the possibilities.
This film is about a toy maker who loses touch with his family and also the magic within him. And in a series of events, he rekindles his hope and that magic by having a new relationship with his granddaughter and his daughter. 11 seconds?
Amazing.
11 seconds?
That was
right?
amazing.
I mean, I skipped 16 characters, but what are you gonna do? I skipped the fiery dynamic between me and Ricky, but other than that.
Oh, perfect. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm no stranger to a corset. So I was, very corseted because it's very Victorian. And I've done a lot of singing in corsets and I've done a lot of running in corsets. Is it comfortable? No. But is it beautiful? Absolutely. What was very interesting is that, we were in England and it was the hottest summer on record in England. And you all aren't fond of air conditioning. So,
oh my gosh, yes!
We were so hot. And sometimes we were outside and there was snow and we were looking lovely, but also schwitzy in the face. And sometimes we were inside and there was snow and there were horses and there was poop and there was heat and there were corsets and boots and stockings and wool. And, Madelen's flying. Although I don't have a lot of sympathy for her because this is a kid who can casually drop into a split. So, you'll be all right. But it was really, really hot. It was really hot.
Yeah. We had some layers. Also, little interesting. Hottest summer in England in like 120 years. Like it was like 41 degrees every day. I'm speaking in Celsius, of course. It was like crazy. I thought for the first week I was in the house. I was living in a house in Chiswick, and I would wake up at like 3 a.m. I'm like, that is a powerful street light. And then I got I'm like, what is with this street light? And I'm trying to jimmy the blinds and stuff like this. And then I'm in the car with my driver, and he's driving me to the set. And I said, I gotta tell you, Darren, the street light. And he's like, street light? Oh, no. That's the regular light, Keegan. No, sun comes up at like 3:45. So, really sunny. It's in a northern hemisphere. So sorry about that. And I was just like, aha. So the sun went down at 10:30 every night and came up at 3:45 in the morning. Yeah. And I forgot, like how the earth works. So it was really crazy. And then when you get to work, they're great because they put you in the wardrobe, and then it's like you're doing the scene. It's like cut, air conditioning, and then all the aircon comes on, wool and dancing. So then you have that going on. It was crazy.
I think psychologically, when they blanket the town with snow, you just psychologically think it's cooler than it really is, but because it was transformed into this winter wonderland, and the kind of all the memories that you had from whatever your best version of what a European holiday would look like. This was it, but it was infused with so much vibrancy and color and different cultures. So it looked like the world looks like in Norwich. And I don't think they'd ever seen that many people of color in the town of Norwich before, but it was just beautiful and vibrant and looked like what the world looks like.
I was alone. There was a moment where I did, I became Don Juan Diego for some movements. There was
they had the balls on you and stuff like that.
And I was caught off guard because I was just going to record a voice, and I'm like, wait. The director said, something cool is happening here. Can we just get him dressed and let's make it the move? So I ended up doing some of the movements as well, which was the first time for me. I've never done that before, and it was a great experience. I was super nervous. I don't know, but anyway, apparently it worked. And then it was more boring part because being in London, super cool, Europe, and all of a sudden having all the cast there, and I was alone in the studio. It's okay. It's part of it.
But the sacrifice was well worth it. It was well worth it, Ricky.
You have to dare to be ridiculous to be great. I am walking into the studio, and it's funny because now the studios, they have the UV light, for the COVID and the whole thing. So I'm like, close your mouth because you don't want UV going into your mouth, right? So you just no big deal. I just walked in, always nervous, but I thrive on being nervous. So it worked. But I always felt protected. I always felt guided by our director and our producer, Lynn, and it was flowing. It was nice. I would love to do this more often. Look at the butt dance. Huh. You go there.
I was nervous at first when David asked me to do it because I hadn't sang in such a long time, and I used to sing, when I was in college. It was like a great opportunity, and I did get a vocal coach just to try to figure out the ranges and stuff like that and get myself really to make me comfortable again. And then I put myself in the hands of David, and we had a good time.
He was worried about singing at first, then he called me and says, I was wondering if I could get a couple more songs maybe. So he's singing more than anyone else in the film, and he's doing a hell of a job. I mean, he's great.
Yeah, it was hard making those calls, but I was just like, come on, David.
Yeah, you're gonna sing one song, you might as well sing 10 songs in the film. What's the difference,
I was really pleasantly surprised because I didn't know Forrest could sing. So I stepped into it not knowing that we would be singing together, but not knowing that he could sing it all. It's such an amazing song. John Legend wrote it just so beautifully, and it's so funky and strong. And even though we didn't record together, it was a really great meld when all of the music came together at the end, and the energy behind it is really strong and really just moving. And when you see it with all of these dancers, it is magnificent. It's is so exciting. And I had no idea that it was going to be that. And that was thrilling.
It was so organized and structured, the production here, that everything was flowing very fast. I would work 6 hours a day, maybe, between recording and just working on it as I was recording. And I did it for 3 weeks and a half, almost a month.
I would go through vocal exercises that they gave me and stuff, and then we would do the number a bunch of times. And I think certain things happened, spontaneously. I was singing this one number over and over, and David brought me up to the room, and we started looking around it, and then I just started singing the song for him, and it kind of colored how it all went together. So I was always ready to sort of, I guess, break out in song.
I had a very intimate, intense time and I did great scene work with 3 tennis balls. One's name is Dennis, Dennis the tennis ball. The other one's name is Chuck, and then there's David. And of all of them, David was the prima donna. I really did not prefer to work with him. But Chet, a dream. The other two,
the one that was
dreams. Yeah, he was the one that. Yeah, his job was just the slapping. That's why I wasn't really fond of David. He didn't really, and he'd get in there too. But sticks, tennis balls, little pieces of magenta tape. That's the one thing. But it's actually a good challenge because it helps you channel what it was like when you were a kid. When you were a kid playing in the field and making up, right, Ricky? Isn't that part of the voiceover fun of it is that you only have the microphone or you only have the tennis ball. And so you're tapping into your imagination from when you were a child. And that's some of the funnest part of acting sometimes. It's just going, I don't know what to do, Don Juan. And I'm just looking at a piece of tape. I'm just like, we have got to make this toy the specialist thing that's ever happened or I'm done for. Tape. Just piece of tape. So you've got, to me, that's like when the skill starts coming in. And then also recording, it's the magic of the movies, right? That we were recording these things about 7,000 miles away from each other and at different times over a year and a half. And then it all comes together in this nice, coalesces into this lovely little story.
For me, it's like you go through a whole period where they're training you how to fly. So they got you wrapped, hooked up to some harnesses and floating you across the sky, and you're trying to figure out how to get your balance and understand how to move and stuff like that. It was really fun. A lot of people did it, Dave.
Yeah. I mean, it was just seeing people up flying. I mean, it was pretty emotional too. But I mean, they were hanging up really about 100 feet up in the air. It was dangerous and emotional, but it looks great on film.
A lot of wires, a lot of cables, a lot of harnesses, especially for the flying. It was really cool to be lifted up into the air, yet I had this huge ring around me and there were wires stretching from all the way across the room and I just flipped in the ring. So it's not taking the magical aspect of it away, but it's certainly different than what what the finished product is. And for the crate, it was very interesting because obviously the tunnel was actually very slippery that we're in for the crate, and I think the crew actually has me on video because I fell and I just fell straight on my straight down. It was just plop. So it was really fun to film both of those scenes, and it's definitely different behind the scenes than it is when you see it.
You guys shot in London. You guys were in London?
We shot about an hour outside of London in a place called Arborfield. The old because I'm sure you know about a lot, World War II places. But we shot in an old army base called Arborfield that they turned into a soundstage, in Woking. But we were there all the time. We never left there. There was no location shooting. All the magic happened in one place. So
they started dancing and they wanted me to dance in this kind of battle between the boys and the girls. And so I just kind of let it kind of flow. Got a lot of chuckles from everybody around me, but gave it my best little two-step thing.
Yeah, he threw the choreography out the window. Every black man knows that dance. That's a family reunion. That's a black family reunion dance. They throw on music, and every black man is instinctive. you know, and it just came there, and it was the most warm kind of endearing thing seeing Forrest dance. It just lit up the whole town of, we were shooting in Norwich, and just everybody was excited to see him.
It was fun doing it actually, because I'm doing this stuff with Lisa when that was the first kind of time I had to kind of choreograph. She's the woman who plays Mrs. Johnston, who like is in love with me and stuff, and I'm trying to get away from her, sort of like the skunk and the snake, and the cat.
Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew. Well, it was about 100 people. Ashley Wallen, who choreographed The Greatest Showman, I called him up because I just loved what was done there, and we just kept bringing, kept saying more people, and so it would feel like a celebration, a world celebration, celebration of everyone, and kind of lift the spirit of the film.
I think Hugh is amazing in Showman, and it's kind of great to be compared to that thing where we have like our magical universe that we're trying to give out, and it's another offering.
Because he played P.T. Barnum versus Geronika's Jangle, but my money's going on Geronika's Jangle.
He's done such amazing things. So hopefully we can do like a number together where we're like dancing against somebody else. It'll be our different universes, the different multiverses will come together, and Jingle Jangle and The Greatest Showman will match, and all of a sudden, poof.
No, he's in Jingle Jangle too. That's our universe. That's their universe. You give that to them. We got our own universe. It's vibrant and alive, and but we're thankful to that film when it opened up, kind of reawakened the joy of original musicals, and we're happy now to infuse a lot of vibrancy, a lot of color, a lot of representation with this one. So Geronika's Jangle will live again, will ride again in a holiday coming soon to you, I'm sure.
I think it's great that you get to celebrate people from different cultures and people of color to get a chance to see themselves in this way on film with such depth to the communication, the storytelling, and they get to show their lives. And then you kind of see, when you get into the family part of it, and the healing of the family, that it's such a universal story. Just to believe back in yourself again and believe in your family and love again, I think it's a special opportunity.
Did you like jingling bells or? What is this? You're levitating. I have no idea. You slapping something?
No, that was me being frustrated. It's Jingle Jangle.
Ow!
It's that jingle. I knew it.
That makes sense. Apparently I just wasn't thinking of the movie. Elf?
I have no clue. I think I'm the worst. Sounds like what? Oh, Home Alone. It doesn't sound like it, but it definitely looked like it.
Yes, it was Home Alone.
Thank you. I don't know how good I am at charades. Let's just make that very clear. Not in a room when I can jump around.
Elf? Yeah.
You got it.
And also you guessed it before, so it was already on your mind. So that's a clue.
Right. So I went straight into what I guessed. Well, I think I need a little. First of all, it looks like she might be becoming our very own the creature from our movie, but I'm not sure. Are you Buddy? No, she says quietly but loud. Yeah, just tell me, because I stink at this.
Frosty the Snowman, the balls, and then the little pipe, and then I was doing Happy Birthday.
Oh, well, you got me. You got me.